to have a good week, in order to have good days, I need to have a good weekly research routine.
Hi, angels. Welcome and welcome back to me, my thoughts, and I with Esther Brady. On this podcast, I share about my life, my thoughts, and things I go through in my day to day life. I share about my journey of building my faith in God, self development, self discovery, self growth, and self improvement. I hope you feel loved and welcome here. I hope you enjoyed this week's episode. And if you haven't heard, you're amazing, you're beautiful, or handsome, and everything is working out for your good. Just have faith and put in the work, and everything will come together beautifully for you. I hope you're able to take something away from this week's episode. Don't forget to follow, like, and leave a review. And follow me on Instagram and TikTok. And don't forget, I love you so much. And let's get right into this episode.
Hi, Angel. Welcome and welcome back to another episode of Me, My Thoughts and I podcast. It's your host, Esther Brady, and I'll be having a beautiful, wonderful, fantastic day. In today's episode, I am starting my three-part series where I talk about my weekly research routine, my morning routine, and my night routine in school. The purpose of this podcast episode is to help you to find a semblance of a routine and to inspire you and to give you some tips and tricks on how to create your own routine while you are in school. Creating a routine in school is very important, and for me, everything starts from the week, from Saturday before the new week. That is when everything starts for me. In order to have a good week, in order to have good days, I need to have a good weekly research routine. So, in the following weeks, you'll be receiving my morning routine and my night routine after this weekly research routine. So for me, my weekly research routine starts on a Saturday. On Saturdays, I like to clean my environment, arrange my clothes, sweep my rooms, clean my bedroom, clean my surroundings, clean my environment. Because a clean space is a clean mind. I just enjoy having a clean environment. Just making sure my environment is clean and ready for me. Then on Sundays, I love to start my week with rest. So first day of the week for me is a Sunday. I love that. It's so peaceful for me to think of starting my week with rest. So on Sundays, I just relax. I come back from church. I relax. Maybe I take a nap, just chill. Then maybe after my nap, I wake up, maybe clean one or two things, anything that needs to be tidied up that was left over from Saturday. Then I set my goals for the week. I have my planner in which where I write my goals for the week. I write my affirmations for the week, my priorities for the week, and my word for the week. Those things are very important for me to have a guiding, like a focus for the week. They are very important for me in order to know what I am doing for the week. I use my Notion in order to type out my goals in case I need to access it digitally because I can't always carry my planner everywhere with me. She's a big girl, like long and big, very long and big girl. So I can't always carry it around with me. So I also write out my priorities for the week, my goals for the week in my Notion template. I update my notes in case maybe I want to post or if I need to be reminded of something. I use my Keep Notes app to remind me of what I need to do for that week. Like if I have any reminders on my Keep Notes app, I have my workout split for the week. I have my morning routine. I have my night routine just in a checkbox so I cannot I've completed this and this is what is left. That's the use of my Keep Notes app. I use three apps majorly. I use Keep Notes, I use Notion, and I use Structured. I update my Notion also. I write out my goals for the week, my priorities for the week, whatever is needed to be done for that week, I do it. Then on Saturdays, before I forget, I do my end of the week reflection. Every journal prompt mentioned here will be, you have access to it in the show notes. I'll create a PDF of my journal prompts for my end of the week reflection and my start of the week reflection. On Saturdays, I do my end of the week reflection, just reviewing out my week went, what I want to improve, what I want to start, what I want to continue, what I want to stop, those kind of things. Just reviewing my week and knowing what I can change, seeing what I can improve, or the things that I want to eliminate completely. And on Sundays, I do my start of the week reflection where I like also reflect on how I want my week to go. Like I write out my plans, I write out my affirmations, I write out my intentions, how I want my week to go, like those kind of things for my start of the week reflection. Then the last thing on my weekly research routine is I set out my clothes for the week. From Monday to Friday, I put out what I want to wear so that I can have less decision fatigue and not scampering from place to place, figuring out what I would like to wear that day. I like to set out my clothes for the week and just put them somewhere. And I know that Monday when I wake up, I just need to select what I want to wear on Monday, what I want to wear on Tuesday. So life is just more easier for me that way. So that is how my weekly research routine goes. Nothing much, nothing extravagant, nothing crazy, just simple steps that set me up for success for my week. Now, I'm going to give you guys a few tips on how you can also create your own weekly research routine and things you can do for your weekly research routine. My first tip is to review your past week. What were the wins that you had that week? What were the challenges that you had that week? So you can know how you want to head into the new week. So you can know what mindset you're trying to head into the new week with. You identify your unfinished tasks. What are the things that you left off in the past week that you need to take into the new week or you don't even want to do at all anymore, that you like eliminate them completely. And you check on the progress of your long-term goals. Most of the time it's so easy to set goals in the beginning of the year and completely forget about them. So for me, I use my weekly research routine to check on my long-term goals, check on the goals that I set in the beginning of the year, maybe remove some things, add some things, check the things that I have achieved so I do not forget what the long-term goal is, what I'm actually working towards. My next tip is to set priorities for the week ahead. Set your goals for the week. I think this is the one of the most important things to me is setting my goals for the week ahead and discovering what I would like to achieve that week, writing out what I would like to achieve that week so I can have a semblance of what's the word? See, focus. I don't know, purpose. I don't know, just something directing me so I can know that these are the things I want to achieve this week so that I'm not just wandering around basically. And if you have any big goals from like the beginning of the year, you can break them down into small goals. And those small goals you can set them into monthly goals, weekly goals, daily goals. So write out your weekly goals that are literally small tasks from your long term goals. My next tip is to organize your schedule. Write out your deadlines. Do you have any assignments you need to complete? Do you have any projects you need to turn in? Do you have any like any form of deadline? Write it out. Put it down, type it in your phone so you're just aware of what you need to do and when you need to do it. You can also work in time blocks. For me, I only use time blocks for studying basically. I think it helps better with studying because where I school, there's no definite time for definite things. So it's really hard for me to time block my day. But I try my best to be very honest. But time blocking your day can be really effective to have a productive week. The next tip is to declutter your space. Like I said earlier, a clean space is a clean mind. When your space is clean, you're able to focus better, you're able to think better, there are less distractions. You're not thinking of that clothes in that corner, those shoes in that corner, like you're able to focus better. My next tip is to update your budget. I don't really do this because it's not really easy to figure out how much you want to spend because things can come up. But being financially smart is not the easiest thing, no matter how much people try to present it. Being financially smart is not the easiest thing. It's a journey, whether we like it or not. But that's one of the things that we are working on. My next tip is meal plan. If you are someone that likes to organize what you want to eat the week, like for the week, I don't do that because there's really not that much of options in Nigeria. I mean, for me, Sha, maybe I'm the one with a limited food palette. But meal plan for those that like to meal plan. My next tip is to plan for self care. Schedule down downtime, time to relax. My own downtime occurs on Sundays. Like I've said, I love to start my week with rest. So I just take care of myself, take a nap, maybe do a face scrub, do a face mask, anything that just calms me down, makes me relax, that I see as self care basically. My last tip is to think of a guiding principle for the week. Now, like I said earlier, when I am writing in my planner, I have my word for the week. Now, my word for the week can be seen as my guiding principle for the week. I like to write out. Sometimes my word is focus, sometimes my word is discipline, sometimes my word is consistency, sometimes my word is peace, sometimes it's calm. Whatever resonates with me for that week, I just pick it as my word of the week, and that is my guiding principle for the week. I also have my word for the month, I have my word for the year, basically just guiding principles so that when maybe I'm met with an obstacle, I'm like, Esther, remember that your word for the week is discipline. So you just have to be disciplined. Maybe I don't feel like waking up early. Maybe I don't feel like doing the dishes. Maybe I don't feel like sweeping the room. Maybe I don't feel like cleaning my space. Like whatever it is, I just remember what my word for the week is and in what way does that word guide my life for that week. I mean, it can be for a long term. Like my word of the year is for a long term purpose. I just think of my word for the year and it helps me in times of difficulty when I'm having more like of decision paralysis basically. So yeah, those are my tips for how to have a good productive weekly research routine. I hope you guys enjoyed today's podcast episode and I'll see you in the next part of the series. Thank you guys so much for listening. I love you guys so much. Bye guys. Mwah.
Hi, angels. Thank you for listening to another episode of Me, My Thoughts, and I hope you had a great listen and I hope you enjoyed this episode. Don't forget to follow the podcast, make sure to leave a rating and a review. And if you want to see more of the podcast, follow on Instagram. And if you want to see more of me, also follow me on Instagram and TikTok. I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. I hope you learned something and I hope it was quite insightful and wonderful for you. And remember that you're wonderful and amazing. I'll see you guys in the next episode. I love you guys so much. Bye guys. Mwah.